Invincible Season 2 is here and it's past, so it's time to talk about our top 10 best moments from Invincible Season 2. Number 10, Adam Eve rebuilds Chicago. Shortly after straying away from her parents and deciding to rebel and help people her own way and building her treehouse, she goes to Chicago to rebuild. Now, we do find out that later it does fall apart and that does get retconned, but that doesn't mean Adam Eve doesn't do good for one moment. And plus, this moment gives you a reminder that there's something more to Invincible than just blood and guts, and it can be happy. Now, before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video. It really helps the channel grow, and it is absolutely free. Let's go. Number 9, Alan the Alien fights the Viltrumites. This is a great scene and showcase of the character of Alan the Alien. Not only does it show how heroic he is, it shows how strong he is while being less strong than the Viltrumites mentally. Sure, he did get his butt kicked at the end, but it shows that he's willing to do anything for his people and how heroic he is. This really does make you feel sad inside, but it does lead to him getting an upgrade later in the season. Number 8, Alan the Alien versus the Immortal. Following Alan the Alien's journey onto Earth to try to find Invincible, he is later interrupted by the Immortal, thinking that Omni-Man sent him. Now, they have this fight that's not lived up to its full potential, because Alan the Alien is heartily fighting back, trying not to hurt him, but there are some funny jokes in here, and towards the end of the battle, they are briefly and awkwardly and funnily interrupted by Mark, but it's a short-lived moment that is really funny and memorable in Season 2. Number 7, Invincible enters Atlantis. Entering Atlantis, think he's there to honor Aquarius' death. He then finds himself faced with a trial against Atlantis' one of their toughest beasts. Now, struggling at first, later in this fight scene, Mark will get the upper hand and show how strong he is, giving us a new Mark that can finally land some punches in the show. Number 6, Omni-Man's Redemption. Following the horrific events of Season 1, we cut to Omni-Man about the full year later after finale. So now Omni-Man has been drifting through the cosmos and eventually discovers Thraxa. This allows him to go save their world and become sort of a better person, pretty much becoming the king of Thraxa. This is a huge establishing moment for Omni-Man. Although the character is not fully redeemed yet, he is certainly cutting it close with some of his actions here on Thraxa and becoming their loyal king. Number 5, the Battle of Thraxa. This is a moment that makes Invincible invincible. It has all the gore, the blood, and all of the crazy character arc development that we're getting, as well as the major heartbreak implemented in the show. This is a scene that shows not only Nolan's character arc, but how stronger Invincible has gotten, where he's finally landing some punches, where he's finally doing some good in a fight, even though it goes to a devastating finish with them almost killing Nolan and imprisoning him. It is so sad to watch the end of it. Number 4, Guardians of the Globe versus the Lizard League. This is a moment that is pure Invincible action and pure superhero comic book style combat with all the blood and gore. Now, this is an amazing scene for some character arcs, especially Rex, because this is the scene where he gets shot in the head. Unfortunately, I cannot show a lot of this scene for some obvious reasons. It is very brutal, very gruesome, and this was a great moment. And if you're wanting to get someone into Invincible, I would show them this scene. Number 3, Segwit Invasion. This is the classic comic book action in the Invincible universe that you definitely want to see. It has all of your favorite characters that you know and love in one spot, teaming up to basically fight a huge threat, but it's a bunch of little ones combined to create a big one. Now, this scene is really cool because not only do you get to see these guys take out the Segwids in some really creative ways, you get to see your favorite characters in action at their best, and dang, Shape Smith got a really cool scene in this fight, and that is why this goes at the number 3 spot. Number 2, Mark versus Anissa. This fight is both awesome and sad at the same time. It's sad because we're building up to something that is very dark and devastating, and it will happen in the next season if my theories are intact. And not only that, Anissa is just a horrible person, and in this scene we get to see her true power against Mark, and it just leaves Mark defenseless, but it's still such a great moment that leaves the character broken in the show. Mark in the Multiverse of Madness. Number 1. This has to be the best moment in the entire show. This has Mark jumping from universe to universe, going from a dinosaur universe to The Walking Dead. This was such a crazy part of it. The Walking Dead, that dinosaur universe was really cool too. And now we even have The Walking Dead as a crossover, but it doesn't stop there. We also get Spider-Man. Oh, I meant to say Agent Spider, I'm sorry, but basically Spider-Man. You know what they're pointing at. It's pretty much a Spider-Man variant. We're going to see Agent Spider and Beyond the Spider-Verse if I had to bet. But we have Spider-Man, aka Agent Spider, in there. And then later, the crazier cameo, which is Batman, which is also pulled directly from the comics. And that was Mark in the Multiverse of Madness, I guess. But that was still such a cool scene in the fight with Angstrom Levy. Remember, that's not the right opinion. It's just my opinion. Those are my top 10 picks for best moments in Invincible Season 2. I will see you guys later. And thanks for watching some Cinema Dude.